Are we live? How we doing? Is the audio balance good? The music sounds pretty loud to me. But this one, I just love this tune. It's such a tune. I mean, it is a tune. I've already... Welcome back, fellas. I'm back to Debate Direct. Is the audio balance good now? Is that a good volume? Because like it was really loud before. I feel like that's now too quiet. How are we doing? DJ, Livy, welcome everyone to Debate Direct, episode 50. Holy crap. What's going on with my headphones? I can't hear anything, what the heck? Wait, the music just vanished, what the hell? I was wearing my headphones the other way around because the wire's kind of short. What happened to the music? Wait, what? Spotify? Spotify just broke. Spotify just, I don't know what just happened. I thought it was an audio issue. I guess I wear my headphones like this. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I don't know where to start. There is a lot to talk about today, and today you have the opportunity to guide what I talk about using live chat, or if you so wish, by joining me in a live voice chat on the Hydration Nation, Discord link in the description on the banner art. You can influence the debate. There's loads to talk about today. Yeah, sorry, I just need to think something. There we go. So, without wasting any more time, I just love this music, man, so I'm feeling so distracted. I wanted to finish. I should have the intro a little longer, but yeah, that mine's big. So yeah, we're halfway to Debate Direct 100. Debate Direct has come a long way, and there's these shout out and QOTD. I'll talk more about those later. But right now, I want to look right now at the Debate Direct playlist. It's kind of mind blowing. Let me just go to the Debate Direct playlist because I'm a kind of short-sighted moron, guys. It's one of my traits. Where is it? I think I went past it. There it is. Short-sighted. Told you. Don't even have glasses. When I started this channel, I did not realize that by creating Debate Direct, a non-gaming livestream series focused on debates, I had created a livestream series that can go on forever. Every single other series on this channel is limited in its scope, because once I finish the game, once I run out of things to do with X and Y game, it's done. There's a finite limit to what I can do with Aquaria, with, you know, Among Us, with Ultimate Custom Night, which I thought would go on for a very long time, but I actually got tired of it, and I didn't realize I would get tired of it. And, you know, sure, there are some other exceptions. You could argue that Streams of Consciousness can go on forever, and it will, but, like, those are just vlogs for necessity. They're not, like, fun streams. No, Debate Direct is truly unique because by creating such a broad range of potential topics, we've done 50 of these episodes. Right, DJ? Exactly. I actually had a friend, a guy named Peter. He had the foresight to realize that Debate Direct is the thing that is going to last longest on this channel, not Ultimate Custom Night. Shame we didn't have enough foresight about, yeah, well. I'm just fixing chat here. It seems to be a bit out of place. I don't know what's going on here. Ah, whatever. That looks good, I think. I should really have, top chat in there since, yeah, I don't know why that's out of place. Excuse that. I don't know how long that's been like that. But yeah, the Debate Direct. Let's just have a little retrospective. Now, I'm thinking ahead, guys. I think I'm gonna save a big kind of looking back on previous episodes for something like episode 100 because it will happen. Give it a year, it'll happen. Right at the moment, you know, we've done that game of like Would You Rather. We've done Q&As, reviews, IQ and personality tests, full-on debates, the game theory videos like on FNAF and stuff. And, you know, even the political compass turned up at some point. We've done multiple game reviews at the same time. I did a trilogy reviewing action figures. And, yeah, as the series has grown, I've kind of refined the formula. And, you know, the early streams were a bit rough around the edges, sure. The thumbnails are a bit rough around the edges and the whole structure and formatting. But as this series has evolved and changed, I've definitely developed, you know, the formula more and more, and I've gotten more comfortable with defining what Debate Direct really is, and that will continue to change in the next 50 episodes. That's not what we're here to talk about today, although that's something I just want to point out, because look at this. This place is huge, and it's only going to keep growing. There is no singular series which is just going to be as long as this, and I don't know. I'm just kind of amazed and happy to say that we're still here. And, you know, Debate Direct has had its rough spots. Something which happens all too often, if I could just fix up my face cam. Something which happens all too often, guys, is that Debate Direct, because it requires more effort to plan and prepare, which, you know, usually I don't have time for compared to a cheap gaming FNAF stream, you know, is that, you know, I end up doing a Debate Direct stream and then kind of not being able to do another Debate Direct stream, not just for a week or 2 weeks, but for a couple months, because I feel ill, or I get busy, or I go on hiatus, and this and that and the other happens, and it's like, well, I don't have the time and effort and energy to prepare a Debate Direct, so let's just do something simple. Let's just do another Minecraft stream that which I can just shut out in 5 minutes. And, you know, that's all good and fun, but I really want to make Debate Direct more consistent, so I think next year I'm going to aim to have an episode of Debate Direct every week. There probably will be some exceptions, but if there's 52 weeks in a year, let's say I get 2 weeks off, and I try and do a Debate Direct every week. And now I know I do take hiatus in January normally, but that might change depending on what happens this year. We'll talk about that in due time, because guys, I don't know if you're aware, but I'm pretty close to being monetized. If you haven't already, please share my channel with the hashtag subscribe for hydration, because if you actually go to my Reddit pinned messages, it's been shared everywhere else. The only thing between me and monetization is a few hundred subscribers, and if you guys can help me reach this goal, because you have to help me, I can't do it on my own. I mean, I could try, but if we actually hit this goal with your help, I'll do something special, and maybe I won't go in hiatus in January, or at least not for as long. I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to, only if I really deserve it, because I mean, it's gonna be pennies to begin with anyway, but yeah, check it out. Anyway, so Debate Direct. Today, you decide. Safety versus freedom. It seems like every debate boils down to those two things, and every reasonable answer is a delicate balance of the two. What arguments will we find today on the 50th episode of Debate Direct in an open mic with the Hydration Nation? Today, you decide what we talk about. I don't know why there wasn't an ellipsis there. That had to sound dramatic. Now, as you can see, guys, I'm on the Hydration Nation. My Discord server, link in the description. If you want to join me in voice chat, go to voice chat 1. I'm here. I'm deafened so that, like, you know, you don't have to worry about, like, being heard as soon as you hear. Normally, I would go to the waiting room or the rec room, but this isn't, like, an organized collaboration. This is an open mic. Anyone can join. Anyone wants to say anything, you know? If anyone, you know, ends up, I'm just going to turn this down slightly, it feels a bit loud. If anyone's disrupting the stream, I can just remove them afterwards. It's no problem. But, yeah, guys, the option is there. In the meantime, well, I mean, I don't know what to do. I've got some notes here. These are some ideas which my sister Tasha just gave me, and my mum just suggested this idea as well. I've got plenty of things I want to talk about. But today's topic is safety versus freedom. Safety or freedom, because it's weird. But it seems like every single debate I can think of, in some way, shape, or form, in a very simplistic way, will always boil down to those two factors and balancing the two. And I know that sounds ridiculous. There are no hard and fast rules for everything. Surely there have to be some exceptions to this, and maybe there are, but I'm yet to find any. So what I want you all to do right now is to suggest a debate. I mean, anything, as controversial as you like. Any kind of, you know, two-sided debate on something like, you know, abortion, or, you know, is climate change real, or, you know, gun control, you know, how restricted should gun control be? It doesn't have to be like a strictly binary thing, but like, you know, any kind of social or political issue, something relevant, something which has generated a good amount of controversy. Anything you can think of right now. It can be as trivial as you want. It can be about, you know, the FNAF security breach marketing hasn't been very good, you know? Here's something random. Are parodies legal? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. Thank you, SBL Studios. Thank you for joining. 5 years for monetization. Damn, boy, you're persistent. But yeah, hello Mithran as well. Thank you for joining, everybody. Okay, so let's go with our first example. I'm just going to sit on the camera here because there's really nothing to show off. I mean, if you guys want to look at the thumbnail, you can. I'll just put that up on screen because it looks pretty cool. Here's the thumbnail I made. What do you think? Bada bing, bada boom. How about it? Look at this. Okay, that's not very... But you see what I did with the text box? Yeah, anyway. So... Yeah, where do I start? I mean, I could also look back at these. I'll talk about SPLs1 in a minute. I just want to point out what I mean, in case you guys are struggling, because it's a bit of a weird idea, but, like, I really noticed this with the last episode, and it's a good thing I did, because I had no plans for episode 50. I'd been looking at my old plans, and they were all crap. They're like, I don't want to do any of those for episode 50. Are zoos and aquariums ethical? You know, what's more important? The safety of animals from, you know, extinction, or their freedom from captivity? If an animal is going to go extinct unless you put it into captivity, would you rather imprison it or let it die? It's a lesser of two evils kind of debate, and that's what really got me thinking today. A while back, I did the Scott Cawthon controversy. Probably not as good an example. Safety versus freedom? Alright, here's a good one, guys. You know, should we be free to have the information, you know, all the information about Scott, such as his political donations, or, you know, is blissful ignorance a better thing? Should we live safe without the knowledge, not safe in the knowledge, but safe without the knowledge that Scott Cawthon donated thousands to a neo-fascist? I mean, okay, maybe Trump's not a neo-fascist, that might be going a bit far, but come on, it's Donald fucking Trump. I mean, not just him as well. Scott donated to a bunch of Republican candidates who have said and done some very questionable things. That upset the fandom. You know, would it have been safer if we just never found out? It wouldn't have changed it what it is, but if no one ever knew, maybe, you know, we shouldn't have the freedom to go and exploit things. Maybe the person who actually leaked his political donations shouldn't have had the freedom to access that online. So should we restrict things from on the internet, or is that going against, like, free will in some way? You know, there's that whole debate of kind of, you know, how much freedom should we have online? There's a thing. And I mean, going even further back, prisons and the death penalty. I did this one alone, sadly. You know, should the law have the freedom to exercise execution as a punishment for certain crimes? Or should everyone, no matter what they've done, be safe from the death penalty and, you know, not have to, have their lives ended by the government? If they've committed a really bad crime, you know, if safety or freedom. It's always safety or freedom, every time. And, you know, you can go back, and okay, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't work for all of them. I think what makes good music is a very, very broad question. And I don't think you can really insert safety or freedom into that. Maybe, again, like, you know, like, access of information, but that's kind of stretching it, I think. I think there must be exceptions, because there are no hard and fast. There must be some exceptions. But the vast majority of debates I've ever seen or done really have boiled down to this, like, these ideas, these concepts. I mean, 2020 worst year ever, that's not really a debate, that's more like just a question, that's like an open question. The Ian Brown COVID controversy, again, perfect example. Should people like him have the freedom to access the internet and say the things that they do and get, you know, mass support with the, you know, these crazy, you know, lies? Or, you know, should we make the internet more secure by removing people's free speech to certain extents, you know? Now, that's a debate, because there is no definitive easy answer for these kind of questions. Otherwise, they wouldn't be controversial debates. They wouldn't be what they are. I mean, what do you choose? That's what it's about today. The very first episode was titled, What Do You Choose? And this episode was titled, Today You Decide. I've literally never noticed that. What do you choose? Today you decide. That was completely unintentional. I can't believe that. What a nice callback. Anyway, let's get on with this. I'm just gonna go face cam for a little bit and we're just gonna chat. So, are parodies legal? Are parodies legal? Okay, so the way in which this is a safety versus freedom debate, let me just think about this, is kind of like the, should people be free to make parodies? Or should parodies be, you know, should, I guess, intellectual properties be safe, you know, from parodies? I mean, the thing is, it's not a easy this or that answer, because it's a spectrum. I mean, what's the definition of parody? What's the definition of legal? You know? And, like, how do you cross the line? I mean, some parodies are illegal, but some aren't. A parody, guys, I mean, let's be really thorough with this. Let's go look up, right now, our criteria. Parody definition, and I'm going to check, like, 6 different websites for this. Merriam-Webster, Free Dictionary, Diction.com, Cambridge, Collins. These are all trustworthy, registered dictionaries. And they're saying, we're seeing a literary or musical work in which the style of an author work is closely imitated for comic effect or in ridicule. That sounds about right. It's like a comic imitation of something. It's not plagiarism, but it goes close. Again, it's usually like an imitation, you know, for the sake of comedy, really. And you can see, you know, it's often music or literacy or something. It's a humorous or satirical imitation of a serious piece of literature or writing. A genre, it's actually, there's different definitions here. We want to ignore the other definitions because, you know, we're talking about, like, the, you know, what I guess the most common definition here. But it's, you know, some form of art which intentionally copies the style of something else to make it humorous. And, you know, that means stealing, like, the names, the, you know, places, all the, like, words and stuff, the original stuff from the, you know, original piece of art. Is the parody, therefore, you know, plagiarizing? Is it using, the same, like, kind of ideas and, like, you know, stealing them without consent? And parodies, largely have actually been made legal. We don't need to define the word legal. I think everyone here knows what legal is. It means, you know, allowed by law. Let's just see, like, parody laws. I'm going to go UK, because I'm in the UK. I'll also look at USA. In fact, why do I even need to specify no? I'm just going to type the question. Are parodies legal? Because usually they are. Because, you know, society has come to an agreement, you know, all the artists and the judges, they've come to an agreement that, generally speaking, parodies are themselves a form of art that are deliberately playing on making fun of something else. So they're allowed to be exempt. And there are all kinds of, like, you know, little niches and kind of, you know, exceptions and whatnot to that as well. You can't intend copyright, no, you can't intend to breach copyright in order to do so. What is this website saying? This is Oxford Royal Academy. But yeah. At present, parodies or pastiches are not protected by copyright law under their own defense. But again, if less than a substantial part of the original work is taken to create the parody, then there's no infringement of copyright at all. If the work is being made for the purposes of criticism or review, then the work is protected. I think this is the current UK laws on it. Yeah, so this is about parody laws in the UK. And that's the thing, you know, these legal definitions in you know, comments, like, what means substantial? At the end of the day, parody laws depend on where you live, absolutely, but it also depends on individual cases, each one by one. You know, you've got to look at parodies, you know, by themselves. I mean, let's find a good parody on YouTube, guys. Let's find a good Star Wars parody. I'm probably gonna avoid playing a video just so I don't get copyrighted, but there's some good like, you know, who's seen this? Who's seen the bad lip reading of Empire Strikes Back? This is one of those classic parody cases. Someone's taken, you know, the Lucasfilm, well, now Disney, you know, movie, you know, the Star Wars Episode 5, and they've, you know, done some editing, they've done their own thing with it, but, you know, has this taken a substantial amount of, the film? You know, is this parody legal? Well, clearly it is. It's been up for 4 years. It doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere sometime soon. But, you know, they've taken others' work and they've used it for their own, and it is monetized, I believe. And I guess they probably pay a fee to, you know, Lucasfilm or whatever, or whoever, you know, for making the original thing. But, like, parodies, it really does depend on an individual basis. I mean, SNL did a Star Wars parody, you know, with Adam Driver, that was his name, you know, one of the actors from the sequels, and, you know, that was allowed, that was okay, because, again, I think Star Wars, because it's such a huge pop culture icon, you know, parody laws are much more lax with them, because, you know, it's just more convenient, and, you know, it would be a bit of a dick move, really, just to not allow, like, any kind of parodies whatsoever, to be really strict with it. I mean, the amount of creativity that's come out of allowing parodies to exist has been brilliant. But, of course, sometimes it gets taken too far, and that's when you want to, you know, remove parodies. I mean, there's a lot out there. There's probably more. You know, I could look up all kinds of things. But I think in answer to your question, the balance of safety and freedom here is pretty interesting. And I'm actually leaning more into the freedom here because I think art, you know, I know there's a lot of crappy art out there, but I think, you know, parodies are made to pay homage to the original thing. It's made explicitly out of love for the original thing, at least most of the time. And I think there should be a lot of freedom in regards to parodies, but obviously, you know, copyright and, plagiarism laws shouldn't, you know, be ignored here. It is a balance, like everything. And yeah, again, freedom of speech, just a general topic of freedom of speech. I think you've hit the nail on the head, DJ. That's exactly what we should talk about here today. Freedom of speech just as a whole. I guess looking at politics is probably a great place to start with that. Right, exactly. Minecraft parody songs based off songs that were made by other bands and artists. The song Fallen Kingdom, by Captain Sparkles, Tried Ninja and the gang. That was just, that's just the Coldplay song. I forget what it's called. Viva the something. Just with different lyrics. So, all of the music, it's a rearrangement. They haven't just taken the original instrumental. They've made their own instrumental. So they don't have to worry about using the exact same recording, and they're not going to get in trouble for that. But it's the exact same sound. And again, parody laws have allowed that to live on YouTube for years. In fact, let me go find it. This is one of the songs that I grew up on, actually, in the Minecraft fandom. Fallen Kingdom. I'm not even going to type Minecraft, and it's going to be the first result. Boom, there it is. Fallen Kingdom. A Minecraft parody of Coldplay's Viva La Vida. So, there's a full credit. It's fully, you know, recognized. And I imagine maybe, you know, the video may have, you know, there may be, like, an agreement to let Coldplay have some of the money off this, since, you know, it's based on their song, and it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for their song. But also, again, is it a substantial, you know, infringement of copyright? Well, not really. They're using, a remade version of the instrumental of one of this band's songs, and they've changed the lyrics, and it's got its own animation. So there's only a part of it which is actually directly taken from Coldplay, and it's in the title. And again, you can see it's fully credited here. So that's the thing. Normally with parodies, there are, you know, requirements. Often, guys, you know, when you want to use someone's music or whatever, you may need to pay them a fee to get the license, or just credit them. And then if you meet these requirements, then they will allow you to use that. Really, you know, obviously there are legal things about this dictated by the government, but quite often I think really these things come down to, you know, individual, you know, consumers and producers kind of just making agreements, and obviously that's been formalized in, you know, bigger ways as society has progressed. If I go to, where is it? Music sound effects website. So I actually have looked up the music usage terms for some of my favorite artists, such as Tryhard Ninja, because I was actually going to use this guy's music, and I have done, in some projects in the past, like, you know, stream intro music and stuff. So, yeah, and, you know, it really comes down to, you know, the individual, like, you know, companies or creators or whoever, artists. But, yeah. So, yeah, you know, it really depends. I think, I don't want to be too vague, but, like, this is such a huge range of topics today, guys. If there's one thing I want you to take out of this, there are no hard and fast answers. America, right? Sus remix of parody. Ah, yes, I love sus remix of parody. Classic. But yeah, don't forget Revenge. Yep, I remember Revenge. It was okay. I mean, I don't even listen to Coldplay. I actually think Coldplay is okay, to be honest, but I've never listened to them. My family hates them. But yeah, absolutely, fellas. Now, don't forget, guys, if you want to offer your ideas in voice chat rather than text chat, you may join me for a while on the Hydration Nation in voice chat 1. You don't have to. I'm actually getting quite comfortable here on my own, but if you want to, you may join. And, yeah. Is that an IKEA glass, Matthew? Wait, what are you on about? IKEA glass? Wait, what? Aye? What do you mean, IKEA glass? This is in the background? Oh, this. I don't think it's from IKEA. We don't have IKEA in the UK. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Maybe not. But yeah. Now again, if you guys, what was I going to say? Yeah, I already said if you guys want off your ideas, you can. I've actually got quite a few here, so I'm just going to start talking about that. I already went back and looked at how my previous debates, you know, fit this safety versus freedom kind of formula. But also, as well as just talking about that, we can actually talk about the debate itself, like we just did for parodies. Take a look at these. My mum and my sister suggested these. I think... Do you guys want to pick one of these? I think this might be a good one to start. I think national security is a really good example. Because... Excuse me. National security is a big deal. National security is life and death. Look at the bottom of the glass. It looks familiar. What are you on about? What? How did you... You can't even see the bottom of the glass. What are you on about? Are you trying to prank me, dude? I talk to so many kids like you in school. What? I don't get it. What is it? I'm looking at the bottom of the glass. I ain't seeing anything, mate. Oh, is it IKEA, isn't it, UK? Nice. That was an American thing. Cool. I've just never been to one. I must have been to one at some point. I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Why do I keep switching screens? Right, let's just stay here for a little bit. So, who wants to talk about national security? Because that's a really good example of this topic as well. And my leg is bumping the desk because my legs are too big. Great. National security, guys, is the ultimate balance of safety and freedom. Because, I mean, this is getting political, but that is okay. Just please be respectful. When you're in charge of a country, or, you know, take it down to the micro scale if you want, your bedroom, guys, you know, how much do you regulate people's access to your bedroom, you know? Are you just gonna be, you know, all for freedom? Are you gonna just let people come in and do as they please? You know? No, you're not, because you can't trust strangers. If you're just letting people in your room all the time, they might make a mess, they might steal stuff, they might destroy some things. And in a country, you know, somewhere with, you know, borders that are quite open and, you know, lax national security laws, they might be vulnerable to terrorism and all kinds of things. Okay, so tighten up security. Find that balance. But then what happens if you go too far? You know, what happens in a country where your security is so tight that hardly anyone can get in or out because, you know, it's extremely, you know, restrictive over there. And people are being separated, you know, because you're, you know, what, you're not even gonna let your parents come into your room to bring you food. You're not even gonna allow free trade with other countries. You're gonna, you know, suffer from that. You'll get poverty, if you're relying on local producers. If you're in a country where the climate's too hot to, I'm trying to think of a good example here. I'm really struggling. You know, like, if you have a country, no country's going to be completely self-dependent, guys. Free trade with the rest of the world is necessary. But if you're going to close yourself off to the point of not even allowing that, I mean, it's going to be a very tough life and very, very poor growth for your, you know, country. If anything, your room. I mean, if you're not going to let anyone come to your room, you know, and you know, you're not going to let anyone help you with it, you know, it might end up becoming very, you know, messy, very dirty. You know, you might get hungry. And that's the thing. Other people might criticize you for that as well. They might criticize you either way. So you got to find that middle balance. Because too much national security and people are going to call you a dictator. But too little and, you know, people will take advantage of you. It's a sad reality, really, that this balance is nearly impossible to find because there will always be people criticizing you. But that's why you got to kind of look, you know, at the broader checks and balances, I guess, if you're in charge of a country. I don't know, I've never been in charge of a country. I mean, look at me. But, yeah. The shape of the glass looked like one I own, so yeah. Oh, you weren't trolling, you were genuinely talking, yeah. Well, it's a nice glass, isn't it? Check it out, guys. Check out the glass. I'm going to give you a nice, good look at the glass. I can't show you the bottom without spilling it, because I thought you were going to try and give it to spill it. But yeah, like, ain't that a nice glass? I got some orange juice in there as well. Today's hydration. I actually posted this week's flavor on the Hydration Nation recently. You can go check that out if you want. But yeah, and then there's my siblings who just walk in my room wherever they please. IKEA is from Sweden. Ah, okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, there's no definitive answer as well because, you know, in times of peace and in times of war, national security is going to change drastically. And even if there was, you know, one perfect golden kind of like, you know, formula to go for, that's going to change depending on individual situations and individual needs. You know, some countries right now need to tighten up their borders because they're having a lot of security breaches, and some countries need to loosen up because they are, you know, putting themselves at a disadvantage and not, you know, allowing like world trade, making their own people suffer. I mean, you know, we can go into a whole debate right now about like tariffs and like, you know, I guess the cosmopolitan kind of worldviews as opposed to like nationalist worldviews. Like, you know, how do you balance those two? What's important? You know, how do you maintain national sovereignty while, you know, being a part of the EU or the UN? I don't know. You don't. But yeah, now I can actually see someone has joined Voice Chat 1 on the Hydration Nation. So my dude, I don't know what you're doing, but in case you need some warning, because I know the stream's got latency and I don't want to just undeafen while you're, I don't know, in the middle of talking with someone who just walked in your room because your national borders are quite open. But my dude Platty, Sniffy Games, is in voice chat. And I think he's probably had enough time now. So I'm going to undeafen. I'm going to listen to what he has to say because we have today's first volunteer for a debate. Hello, you are live. Hello. Okay, I can see green around Platty's icon, but I can't hear anything. Platty, check your mic. Hello? I can hear you now. I think you might have had a mic issue or something, or maybe it was a Discord bug, because your thing was
probably
green.
Discord.
Yeah,
probably a Discord bug.
Okay, yeah. So, Platty, welcome. Can you guys hear him alright, by the way? Tell me if the audio balance needs, like, changing. I've maxed him out here, but...
I've been in the voice chat for 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry for the wait. I'll check it more regularly, guys. But, Platty, now that you're here, what do you wanna talk about? Safety versus freedom.
I have one topic for later for you. It is the age-old debate: do video games cause violence?
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, we can talk about this now. I'm not busy with anything else. Like, I can do this now.
Oh, cool.
Did my music just restart? The heck?
Also, what song were you playing? It sounded like a 1950s noir song. What is that?
The one before the one I'm playing now. I'm playing Cat from Minecraft. It was Cool Vibes by Kevin MacLeod. Guys, all the music I used is in the description. You won't find it linked, but you'll find the names. Everything that isn't by C418 is in the YouTube audio library. So if you have a YouTube channel, you can access this willy-nilly. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and Lena. It's basically Minecraft and YouTube audio library.
It sounded like something from like L.A. Noire or something, or like some sort of detective song.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. But yeah, if your imbalance is good, fellas, let's begin. So, do video games cause violence? Now this is really just an empirical debate. You just gotta do some science, really, because this is less of an opinion kind of thing and more of a question of like, you know, is this true or false? And science has shown that it is false. Video games don't cause violence in the way that you're probably thinking. And I mean, we can look up all kinds of studies on this. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit, actually. This is kind of, like, if I search this into Google, do video games cause violence?
I personally don't think so.
No.
And I'm so glad that my parents never said that to me. Like,
right, same.
Violence. Yeah.
Same. And I mean, there are plenty of violent video games, and obviously video games are one thing that can influence an individual, but there are so many factors to take into consideration, you know, looking at violent people, that, you know, the empirical evidence, the surveys people have done just doesn't show that video games always, like, lead to violence, or consistently, you know.
All games, in some way, have some sort of violence. Like, Pac-Man, you're eating ghosts. Ghosts are killing you.
Exactly.
You know, Galaga, you're shooting at aliens. You know, stuff like that. All games, no matter what, have some sort of violence to them.
Exactly. Yeah, and they often, like, I mean, that's just kind of exaggeration because, like, define, you know, violence in video games, and I think again you'd have to look at the science, but there's not been like persuasive cause and effect evidence for media violence and aggression, you know, kind of to like people who play video games. And I mean, I'm just trying to read some stuff now, but I'm pretty sure this debate is kind of dated. It's a dated view that's been disproven, really.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find it. Yeah.
Have you seen that one Dr. Phil clip where the parent went to Dr. Phil and was like,
Phil?
my son is playing GTA and I feel like that he's gonna go out in the real world and start killing people.
Yeah. Some people would argue that this video games will actually reduce violence because by doing it in a make-believe world, that people wouldn't do it in real life. Although that's also questionable.
Probably false.
But yeah.
It's definitely not causing violence, but it probably won't stop it.
Yeah, I think there's really no connection. I think there is some correlation, but there's no causation. Again, you'd have to read the studies on this one, guys. But yeah, if you play 3 hours of Call of Duty, you might feel a bit pumped, but you're not going to go out and mug someone. I mean, I am sure there are cases of young people becoming aggressive, perhaps in, frustration at, like, violent video games, and as we all know, Xbox Live, open mic culture is not the most friendly place, not somewhere you want to be if you're literally anything other than a white male.
It actually is no meme. Back in the day, I used to join those like public lobbies, and it's really not a meme. It's what they do.
Yeah. Hello, SPL Studios. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, I think
no problem, mate.
How you doing? I'm just gonna say right now, there are lots of different kind of video games. There are some very violent video games out there, and there may be I don't know, some violent people. I think it would often be the other way around. If anything, violent people would be like attracted to violent video games, but I don't think video games cause violence at all. I think that's kind of ridiculous, and I think there are so many more important factors into what really causes violence. Things like poverty, estranged family relations, bullying at school, mental health issues.
Can I give my input?
Yes, SPL, please.
So basically, isn't saying video games is violent? Isn't that like basically saying that chess is violent?
Chess isn't a video game.
But chess is not a video.
I mean, there are video games of chess,
yeah,
but I mean, yeah. Again, that's the thing. Tetris is not a violent video game. It's just block placing. Minecraft is actually more violent than Tetris, and Minecraft is, well, graphically speaking, it's not exactly realistic, so... Yeah, exactly. And,
Minecraft has unrealistic violence.
Exactly. Cartoon violence. And I mean, yeah, from the Game Jolt, like age ratings, any responsible, game, I don't know, hosting site or producers will, rate their games accordingly. I mean, there are entire companies just for, like rating games.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
ESRB.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck.
Just wait. If it's important, it'll come back. All I was gonna say is that in terms of safety versus freedom, I guess this doesn't really fit the formula I've been proposing, because I think mine is for, I guess, more controversial or viewpoint-based debates. This is really just a question and an answer, and I think the evidence. I don't know. I don't think you can really make a substantial argument that video games cause violence. Right? I mean, yeah, I don't know, Livy. I don't know. Just.
Well, like,
1 second.
if you think about it, Nintendo is all about like family-friendly games. Yet,
right.
like I said, you still are. There's some sort of violence in it. Like Smash Bros, you're just beating people up to death.
Exactly.
Like there's always some sort of violence in most video games.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to check the statistics, but like, considering how massive some relatively violent video games are, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is played by like millions of people. It's huge. The Call of Duty series, possibly tens of millions. I don't even know. But like, that's a game franchise that has been going on for decades. Is like, the definitive violent, gory shooter game. And has there been a substantial increase in violence with those games? Maybe. But has it been caused by those games? You got to look at the other factors, because I think.
I'm gonna change my mic sensitivity, man.
Yeah, you guys messed your settings. I think. I suppose you could argue about safety versus freedom in, how much access children should have to video games.
Okay, I think that's good.
Like violent content, but I mean, this is why
But
we have
then
age
that-
ratings, just generally, yeah.
But that's the thing that no matter what,
Yeah,
kids,
that's the thing about like game ratings. It's like
Well,
with
that's-
game ratings, like people often don't pay attention.
But that's the thing with like games and like the whole safety is that parents can still just ignore the age rating and still buy it for their kids. You know?
Exactly. I gotta be honest, I have known a lot of children, a lot of people younger than you two are. These guys are both
Wow.
13 guys, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
Who
Oh,
have,
yeah.
you know, spent hours playing games with ratings of 15 or 18, like GTA 5 or whatever, because their parents were irresponsible.
I mean, people think I'm like 16,
Yeah,
so
my
that's
parents-
probably fine.
Right?
I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
honest.
and that's the thing, you know, age ratings aren't, you know, hard and fast cuts. Some people, such as yourselves and myself,
Hey. Hey.
yeah.
Matt. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
All I'm just saying is like age ratings, you know, you can blur the lines a little bit. If a 14-year-old is playing a game that's rated 15, you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, if a 12-year-old watches a horror movie that's rated 15, some of them will enjoy it. Some people just are made that way and grew up that way where they actually can handle, you know, things that are a different age rating. I remember in middle school,
I mean-
someone was talking about an 18-rated movie when they were 12, and the teacher was like, go back to it when you're 15 years old if you stop watching it that bit, because it was too gory or something, which is quite funny. So, you know, it's not a hard
I actually
line.
can't watch
yeah.
anything gory.
Right, and yeah, I mean, most of us really don't like gore, which is, you know, why they have those
Yeah.
ratings anyway. Like, I'm 20, I'm well over 18, but there are most things that are rated 15 or 18 I probably wouldn't watch, because I wouldn't enjoy it, just because it is
Squid Game
suitable.
scary.
Squid Game's scary. I've watched the first 2 episodes of Squid Game, and holy shit, I knew it was a horror, but that's so much blood. Guys, the Squid Game's rated 18
Yeah,
for a
it's
reason,
bloody.
okay? Just be prepared, because it's
Yeah.
gory as hell.
Like, there's the
Well-
thing, like, I think my cousin's like 12, and he watched all of Squid Game
Right.
and loved it for some reason.
Exactly, some people are weird like that, and that is
Like,
okay.
hated it.
I think the important thing really is parents or guardians kind of, you know, guiding children with this.
Like, knowing my
because,
cousin, I
yeah.
thought he would hate it.
Right, and I mean, when you're that young, you know, you don't always know what's best for you, sadly, because, you know, you're not a finished person, you know, you're still growing and learning and evolving. We all are, even as an adult, really, like, we all have much to learn in something, and, you know, I think it's just really important that, for, like, video games or anything, you know, with age-rated content, that, people get help when they need it. So, yeah. Yeah, Squid Game's
Well,
quite
I was
depressing
gonna-
as well. It's very heavy topics.
I was gonna say
It's
earlier.
like, Squid Game is good, but I can't watch it.
Yeah, I get that. I can
I
just
was
about
saying-
watch it, but go on, Platty, sorry.
It's fine. I was gonna say earlier, that the only reason why I have GTA in general is because Epic Games was giving it away for free. And my parents were like, "Yeah, sure, if it's free, just have it."
Right.
And then same with like Red Dead Redemption, that was also free. And my parents were like, "Yeah, if it's free, just get it. I don't care."
Wow.
But like, if they were paying like the $60 to the game prices, and then like, yeah, we're not doing that. Even if it's like
Damn.
18 plus, if it's not even 18 plus.
And they
just
didn't.
no.
Did they even bother to check like the rating or like?
No, I told
think
them. I
about-
told them
yeah,
the rating.
and they were okay
I-
because they
Because it was
trusted
free.
you.
Because it was free. Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. See, that's another thing. Good communication with your parents. I'm fortunate enough to say that I've usually had really good, and like a lot of the times growing up, I think they were more restrictive than yours, Platty. Like
Yeah.
if I was in your situation, they definitely wouldn't have let me like play Red Dead or GTA. I mean, when I first discovered Five Nights at Freddy's, thanks to my sister Tasha, we talked about it at the dinner table, and it wasn't actually our parents, it was one of our older brothers was like, that's a horror game, you shouldn't be looking at that, you're not allowed to look at that. So, and like, because we were children, we were like totally obedient, right? Except we weren't, because we just kept it secretly. We were FNAFers for like a year later. I can't even remember what it was. I think I did really well with like some exams or something. My mum was like, you deserve a treat, and I was like licking my lips, like rubbing my hands, like, I want to buy a game on Steam. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's, and yeah, it'll roll from there, because my family thinks I'm into horror now. I'm not really. There's a lot of things I like which happen to be horror. But like they think I know all the creepy stuff. But they've respected that I'm okay with it. Even when I was only 14, looking at a game which you could argue had some, you know, heavy elements. I mean, yeah, it's about communication, I guess, and it's an individual basis.
I'm starting to get into horror, but I also something about like what you like mentioned is something similar happened to me back in elementary school.
Yeah.
I had this one friend who told me a lot about FNAF. I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Nice.
And then he was like, and then we would talk about it after school every day when we were waiting for our parents to get there. And then like one day we were like our parents were just talking for like 2 hours, and we were just over in the corner sitting by the tree talking about it. And my friend got grounded for talking about FNAF because he wasn't allowed to see it or something.
Wow.
It was crazy.
I think we're starting to move into a debate about good parenting, which is something that none of us are qualified to talk about, except maybe because
I have a little bit of a confession to make.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
I actually
go on.
the first time I was going to I can't speak. The first time I ever played Five Nights at Freddy's was when I was like 7 or 8.
Right, that's crazy.
I guess my mom just let me play. Yeah, like I guess my mom just let me play because she didn't want to put up with me having a fit.
Mm.
No, I remember. Actually, I had a pirated version of it, which I did. It was on a really really old laptop that
I'm very anti-piracy, so get over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took like my laptop was like so slow back then that it took 5 minutes for it to even like load up an application.
Wow.
But when FNAF loaded up, I fell out of my chair and my parents were like, "Are you okay?" Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Some parents will look at this and see everything for children, the younger, the more so, like, as a learning experience. You know, why not just give them the freedom to do this? Because they will learn the consequences themselves, rather than not even letting them have the kind of opportunity to make mistakes. Parents should maybe more often just let them make mistakes, at least not, you know, obviously on too hard a scale. You know, if you've got like a 13-year-old who has started taking drugs because he's been hanging out with the wrong kids at school, you know, you want to probably like, you know, call the police, but like, you know, if you've got a 7-year-old who's playing a scary game, which is really like 12 plus at best, because it's just a bit spooky, and unless you dig into the lore, which hardly anyone's gonna do, you know, not gonna, you know, there's nothing gory, there's nothing insane, but you know, I don't think that's so bad. I'm really leaning more into the kind of freedom side of this, I think, and agreed with you guys in chat. That is important, again, Livy, that your parents are considering the younger siblings and, put it on the top shelf. Yeah, agreed. Do you guys want to suggest another topic? I've got more if you haven't got any.
I have one more, I think.
And, you can leave at any time if you need to. You're welcome to stay, though. Go ahead.
Are we allowed to stay?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I had one more thing. It was, so this is a debate, so I was gonna say, which, video game store is best? Like...
Which video game store is best? Online store.
I have one.
Yeah, online. It sounds stupid, I know. Alright.
This is no. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I mean, this doesn't fit my format at all. This is just a funny question, honestly. This is completely up to opinion. I'm probably inclined to say Steam because I've used it for like years, for hundreds of hours. But I mean, Epic Games is pretty good. Itch.io. I've actually not heard that much good about Game Jolt. Game Jolt is actually pretty unpopular, even though lots of people use it, especially in the FNAF fandom. I don't know.
I think
Game Jolt is just known for fan games,
right? Like, I mean, there's plenty of great things on Game Jolt, but I think it was Winbug once he was explaining in quite a lot of detail how, compared to other platforms, Game Jolt was less advanced because there was lots of basic functionality that it didn't have, like deleting accounts, two-factor authentication, this and that and the other.
Like, do you want to know something?
Go on, yeah.
Like, one time I actually got put in timeout in Game Jolt because I said something stupid. And, like, on the same day, it was like FNAF 3's 6th anniversary, and I made an anniversary game for it.
Cool.
But I couldn't publish it on Game Jolt because, again, I was in timeout. So I tried publishing it on itch.io, and that did pretty poorly. It only got, like, 3 downloads.
I mean, that's the thing. Game Jolt has more reach, isn't it?
And then, like, when I posted on Game Jolt, it did actually pretty well.
Yeah. I don't know too much about those two platforms because I don't use them. All I know from itch.io is that, like, Baldi's Basics started on there, and there's a lot of indie games. And Game Jolt is a huge FNAF fan game place.
My input on, like, which store's better, I personally like Steam just because of the mass amount of, like, really good games there are.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more inclined to answer Epic Games just because they don't have like many like indie games on there at all. It's mainly just AAA games. But every now and then, every week, like I said, they give away free games. And like just right now, this week, up until October 28th, they have Among the Sleep Enhanced Edition out. A couple weeks ago, this is also a store I got like Red Dead and GTA. So I personally have to say Epic Games just because of that. But definitely, I use Steam more just because there's a massive amount of games.
I think it might also depend on really individual user preferences. Epic Games is definitely cool. Obviously, I pick Steam because I use it the most. Like the way I see it, really, I think Epic Games is the place to go for AAA games. But if you want indie games, Steam is one of the better places.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want FNAF fan games, go to Game Jolt. If you want whatever itch.io has. Sorry, itch.io.
itch.io is mainly original games.
Yeah. I think Sam Hogan is on there, actually. He's the guy who made the kind of, like, zero-player game, supposedly, and the, like,
Danny
game
Dev.
inside a game. Danny Milkman Carlson? Do you guys remember Milkman Carlson? Carlson Milkman?
Yeah, I remember Carlson. Love
that game. So funny. I should go back to that. Should try and, like, speedrun that game or something. I'd love to see Easy Speezy play that.
I tried speedrunning Carlson and I did terrible, but whatever.
Yeah, I did a speedrun. It was like 45 minutes. I can't remember. Alright, let's move on to another topic. So I'm gonna look at this list here because I had some great suggestions from my mum and my sister. Nature versus nurture. I suppose this is kind of connected to what we've been talking about because you could look at this in a way that like. Freedom is like natural, it's nature, but safety is like nurture. How much do you want to protect, say, your child or your intellectual property from the natural I guess inclination of just like letting it be free? Let's say again, it's connected to everything we've said. Say, are you just gonna let people make parodies willy-nilly, or do you want to like get some security and safety around your property with like legal stuff? But like, are you gonna be like Mickey Mouse who restricts it to the point of shutting down any kind of like fan-made content or something like that?
Or are you gonna be like Mickey Mouse? Best quote ever.
Yeah, clip it. I mean, I think it's a fine balance, same as always. It's gonna vary from individuals. Like, not everyone's gonna agree with the exact same things because people are different. But raising a child, man, I feel like having a whole video on that now. There's so many interesting things to talk about there, even though none of us are parents or have any experience with that.
I don't know if I do want to have a child, to be honest.
Well, same, yeah. I have no intentions of having a child. I mean, who here is even thinking about that? There's no one here who's like over the age of 20. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you're 20.
Yeah, I'm 20. I mean, yeah. Fun fact, guys. I actually talked to my girlfriend about this. She's intent on never getting pregnant because she has a bit of like a repulsive reaction to pregnancy. It just freaks her out, which is fair because, to be honest, if I imagine myself being pregnant, even though it's not possible, that does freak me out a little bit. It's a lot of responsibility.
Like, my mom actually told me like how I was born because like her like water still had not popped even after 9
we've
months,
all had the
so
stories.
The doctors had to pop it themselves.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, none of them went into that much detail. I don't know what's been going on in your household. Yes, Mithran.
Whatever. I already lost my innocence.
Oh dear. Well, so be it. Wait. Moving on. So, yes, Mithran, nature versus nurture, there's this whole debate as well about how much a person is shaped by their genetics as opposed to their environment. And because the environment, we can control the freedom and safety of the environment. Genetics we can't control, at least not yet. Science is advancing. Brave new world, fellas. But yeah, good on you, Livy. Yeah, I don't know, like, that's an interesting one, because, I mean, how much do you guys think nature versus nurture is important in the whole balance of, like creating someone? Like, is it 50-50? Is it, like, 90-10? What's more important?
Nature.
Nature.
Yeah. You really both think nature affects someone more than nurture in terms of, like, who they are, basically?
I actually don't know what nurture means. Please help.
Well, so the nurture is like their environment. So, like, if you raise a child with certain values, beliefs, I don't know. Like, if you raise a child in a house, a large, like, what do they call it? Like a fraternity household. Like, almost all boys with lots of, like, noise and, like, you know, violent video games. Is their personality going to be affected by that? Will it be more inclined to, I don't know, violence or aggression? Or will their genetics just completely determine everything about them as soon as, you know, the zygote is formed? You know, like... Because I think I lean more into nurture, because there's so much which we've learned about psychology. And no, we don't know how the human brain works entirely, but, like, there is so much evidence and, you know, examples of people... I guess, changing because of their environment and, you know, developing different mindsets or personalities because of their environment. I think nature only partially comes into it. And in terms of personality, I think nurture is really the important thing. I'm trying to think of a good example.
What the hell?
He's just stretching, maybe. I don't know. Platty's just releasing the demon in his throat.
No,
Well,
right.
if anyone's a demon, it's me.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's a good one, Mythran. Sorry, guys, just gonna say now. Nurture is important. Bad parents can really mess you the fuck up. I say 80-20 split with nurture being higher, or 75-25. Okay, heavy example, but let's say, like, someone, is, like, you know, bullied a lot at school or outcasted. That's gonna make them less outgoing, right? Like, that's gonna make them less inclined to make friends because they're afraid, I don't know, of the consequences of rejection or something. Or if they have bad parents, let's say they, I don't know, how would it, like, if you have bad parents, how would that affect you? I guess it kind of depends. Do you know what I'm getting at? I'm phrasing it really badly right now.
Yes.
Phrasing
But-
things is hard.
Yeah.
To answer about the noise I made, I'm really excited because tomorrow a new Phasmophobia update comes out, and I was doing
Cool.
the death sound. I'm dying.
Oh, wow. Tasha plays Phasmophobia.
Whenever the ghost
scary game.
kills somebody, they go.
I've seen enough Phasmophobia to know what you're talking about. It's a very scary game, though. It's too scary for me. I'm not. Man, that game, I could not. I would just be freaking
I'm a
out.
coward. I am not playing Phasmophobia.
Yeah. Oh, guys,
Dude,
maybe I'll
I
do it
really
when I'm older.
I really want somebody to play Phasmophobia. What if it's hard playing with randoms?
Why don't you just do it in like 10 minutes?
Dude, I might know some people, actually.
You might know some
I
people.
might
Hook
know
me
some
up, bro.
people who play Phasmophobia. Hook me up, bro.
Hook me up. Hook me up.
I'll try look. I'll do this later. Or
Yeah,
now.
later.
It's fucking. Hold on.
No, don't do it now.
Nah, I'm doing it now.
Okay, sure.
14 friends already own this game. 14 people?
What?
What? I know 14 people with this game? I don't even know most. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll later. So yeah, guys.
Oh, dang, you have an animated profile picture?
I do. Check out my Steam profile, guys. I've spent a lot of time working on this, and I never show it off. So here it is. I got a lot of points for buying games, and I need to increase my completionist showcase. Soon I'm gonna add Bendy and Doki Doki to this. But
How do you increase your? How do you even get achievement showcase or anything?
Honestly, I think when you spend money on Steam games, you can get points, and whenever you're done with a purchase, it'll give you a link, and you can go spend points on like cosmetics for your profile. It's great.
Yeah, but
just
I
fun.
don't have the achievement showcase and a completely split showcase.
If you go to edit profile, guys, maybe it's not the same for everyone. I think the completionist is always there, but you can grow it by spending points. No, this is not it. Where is it? I can't remember. We're getting really off track. But yeah, it's featured showcase. Just go to edit profile. Anyway, let's get back on track. I'm talking about random stuff right now.
I don't see it.
Okay, I have an idea.
Oh yeah.
Okay, is YouTube Kids really for kids?
Oh.
Huh.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, is it really for kids, guys? I mean, should children have access to regular YouTube when YouTube Kids exists? Apparently, yes, because YouTube's been making all kind of restrictive, you know, measures on regular YouTube, even though YouTube Kids exists. And you got to mark your video as not for kids now.
Yeah.
Even though it was never for kids.
Yeah, it
this
makes
is
sense.
too safe. We need freedom. This is ridiculous. Although it's very easy for children to lie about their age
Yeah,
and
it's
just create
ridiculous.
accounts, you know, for regular YouTube anyways. And, like, it's impossible to regulate that unless you're, like, a parent in person. And, you know, at that point, the best you can hope for is that the child will learn from the consequences of their actions, which they may not.
They may.
It's kind of sad, really. And it's the same on all the websites. Like, it's, you know, unless you introduce some kind of, like, authoritarian measure where,
Also,
you
can
know...
you talk about how clickbaity YouTube Kids is?
Right, indeed. Unless you introduce some kind of measure where the government can see some kind of online profile and know all the things someone in real life would know about you when you're going onto the internet, like, which is gonna probably infringe on some privacy rights for a lot of people. A lot of people probably aren't gonna feel comfortable with that, you know, you're too safe. Then, like, I don't see a feasible way to, like, really stop that, but I don't know how much it's still a problem. YouTube's a weird place, to be honest.
I used to, back in the day, have a 2-hour time limit on my Apple tablet.
There is that, yep, they built in stuff like this these days, which isn't a bad idea, actually. I don't know, it works
No, it
for
was-
some people.
It was way back.
Way back. Alright.
I mean, like,
Well.
it was when I was at least 4.
I guess we could talk about cybersecurity. Just gonna get rid of this, we don't need this. So, there was, one suggestion I got was about cybersecurity, because I mean, privacy and security online is a really big deal. The internet, you know, until recently, and in some ways still is, kind of like the Wild West right now. Like, you know, anyone can like, say anything and keep their identity completely hidden, completely anonymous. But that opens the gates for so much illegal activity. You know, terrorist organizations.
I'm
you
gonna
know,
go play games now.
Do this. Alright, I'll see you
I'll see
around
you later.
SBL. Thanks for joining. Goodbye. Guys, if you want to go check out SBL, I might actually add his link to the description. He has a Game Jolt page or two. Hello. What am I doing? Sound, pressure.
It's
No.
really cool that everything he does is like Microsoft Paint, right?
Right, he does Microsoft Paint FNAF games, guys. Okay, oh, hang on. Is this, no, it's not. I'm trying to find his social media page. I'll find it, but yeah, go check him out. Might add his link. Yours too, Platty. Here he is.
You can right click on his Discord
Got it.
profile and you can see his Steam, his Twitters.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, like, it's a scary thought, isn't it, DJ? Because, I mean, if we, like, really think about this. Like, you know, think about, you know, ISIS agents using, like, Xbox Live chat, like, in-game Call of Duty chat, to plan their next attack, because it's completely unregulated, completely unmonitored, and is masked by the presence of a video game very similar to what they're going to be doing in real life. Unless,
But,
yeah, how are you going to control it? Platty.
But with recent stuff, I remember like maybe a year ago, PlayStation added it to now they record stuff. They record party chats and game chats. And now, like, certain things, like certain games on Xbox are recording their voice chats and stuff for a security reason.
Exactly, they've upped security since then. So, and that's a good thing, but, you know, how far it is too far an intrusion of privacy? Because, you know, it's one thing. I think there is a decent balance at the moment, actually, because usually the punishment for a crime, I don't know if you, like, you know, if you say some racial slur in live chat, I don't know, like, your account will be, like, banned, suspended, whatever. But, you know, some people will do and say these awful things. They'll spread hate speech and hate crimes, and they'll just make new accounts over and over. And until they run out of patience, there's nothing you can do unless you find them in real life and you enact some kind of, you know, more appropriate punishment. But, like, that's
Except games can IP ban you, meaning you can't make a new account.
Oh, that's brilliant. I actually didn't know about this. I'm not caught up on this then. That's clever. Okay, they can IP ban you. Nice. Unless they use a VPN.
Oh, unless I use a VPN.
Because that's the thing. I love VPNs. I love the whole concept and the use of VPNs. But the thing is, they are like a really good opportunity for criminals.
Did you know that with Roblox's new terms of service, this is why I stopped playing Roblox now, but with Roblox's new terms of service, they made it to where you get banned if you use a VPN, but then you're like, wait, what if the person who's using VPN just logs onto a different VPN server?
Just because they're in China or something, where, you can be arrested and imprisoned or executed, just for, saying that you're like, I don't know, a Western brand or, celebrity. Or, that, things aren't too great, How is it in China? Oh, can't complain.
Can't complain, I'm gonna die.
Like, if the government is, finding a way to put, like, all of your real-life information into an online account they have full control over, and that is used to track everything you do online, no matter how hidden you are from, other individuals or corporations. If they've, if it's, like, locked into your computer's hardware or, like, unless you've got some kind of, I guess, VPN or hack around it, like, that's a lot of power that they have over you, and that might actually be too much, because an irresponsible government could use that to wrongfully imprison or punish loads of people. But of course, that's just a what-if scenario. It doesn't happen in the real world, does it?
That is the thing with America. They have freedom of speech.
That's the thing, yeah, America! Freedom of speech, guys. America's so free, you wouldn't even believe, okay? In America, you can, I don't know, go on, Platinum. I was about to make an American joke, but I can't think of anything good.
You can just walk down the street and start screaming racial slurs.
Yep. I mean, it depends. There are different state laws as well as obviously federal laws, but like, the government's not going to track your everything online. But it's like, is it even possible to find that freedom safety balance where you can find a way to, find and punish criminals no matter what, without creating collateral, privacy invasion and even wrongful imprisonment, maybe going as far with, innocent people. Again, there's always that risk, and this is why capital punishment, the death penalty, is also a highly contested thing, because there are loads of, criminals out there that, it would be favorable, it would be in everyone's interest to just do away with and just get rid of, but there's always the risk that you'll execute the wrong person. And as long as the death penalty is possible, there could be a way to, to find legal loopholes and, incriminate somebody, wrongfully to get them executed. And that is why it's just banned. Except in the US, it's actually allowed in certain states. Again, the US is a bit weird. People are right when they say it's really 50 different countries wearing a trench coat, because each state is very unique in its own way. I don't know enough about it, because I'm from, tiny T Island, but, China is great. The government is outside my window ready to shoot me. Man, watch, guys. I'm gonna make jokes about the Chinese government right now, and then in a few years, when they dominate the world, I'm just gonna disappear. I'm gonna disappear.
You're gonna disappear.
I'm gonna vanish.
You're gonna disappear.
Yeah. Guys, China, am I right? I feel really bad for the Chinese people, honestly. It's atrocious that, like, we're not doing anything, but we have nukes now, so...
We do have nukes, yeah.
That's the thing. Once nuclear weapons are introduced, there's no going back. You can't just get rid of nuclear weapons. No one's gonna do that. But, like, if you fire a nuclear weapon, you're guaranteed to also be nuked. So, like...
You're guaranteed.
It doesn't help
if what you're trying to portray here is that you're gonna nuke China, you're killing everybody in China as well.
Cool stuff, SPL. And that's the thing, yeah, there's, like, all kinds of innocent, like, casualties like that. No, that's not cool. But no, I'm not saying, America or anyone should use nukes on China. Absolutely not. The whole point of nuclear weapons is that you don't use them, I'm pretty sure. Mutually assured destruction theory. No. We just, like, I'm not going down this route. I'm gonna be talking for ages. Let's just move on.
We're just being a gamer, bro. We're just gamers.
We're just gamers, bro. But it's like, I'm trying to think of good examples, because I'm saying a lot of vague things that aren't really grounded. But it's like, would you trust your government to track all of your online progress? All of your progress? To have, like, you know, the government have a profile with obviously your name, age, address, you know, all your contacts, would you trust them to also have, you know, knowledge of all the websites you visited, you know, and
Absolutely not.
to? No, right? In some cases, it's just a privacy thing. It's just like, okay, look, I don't want the government to know what I've been getting up to on Pornhub, okay? That's just a privacy thing, you know? And, you know, that's okay.
I don't want them to know what categories I watch.
But the thing is, from the yeah, right. But from the government's point of view, that's an unknown, and it's like, what if they're actually, that's just a cover story for them, you know, trading illicit, you know, drugs in the black market, or weapons, or human trafficking. And there's no way to know without intruding on that privacy. So it's kind of a lesser of two evils. Either you let these things happen, or you intrude the privacy of innocent people. I don't know, man. It's a tough question. I think the privacy thing seems trivial in this example, but there are other examples where, you know, it's hard to argue this much safety over, you know, basic, like, freedoms. And I mean, in the political compass test, one of the main things that comes up is, do you feel that your, do you feel that your freedom is being infringed on in the name of counter-terrorism measures, like, you know, curfews, or, you know, like, you know, like, restrictions, like really strict, like, license stuff. I don't know.
Curfews was counter-terrorist measures?
Sometimes, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a good example here, but, you know, like, in some places, I can't think of any actual examples, but, like, in fiction at least, like, you know, sometimes, obviously, nighttime is an optimal time to commit illegal activities because it's harder to be seen, so by creating a curfew, not allowing people to go out after a certain time, you're less likely to, you know, have that happen, and more likely to catch them, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, that kind of thing. I'm just gonna catch
what's
chat one
your
moment.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Boa, I have a game suggestion.
Ooh, hold
for
on.
You.
I agree with that,
Okay.
DJ. Exactly. Same thing's happening at the same time, just the time names are different. So you still have breakfast in the morning, but morning isn't 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. It might be 6 p.m. or something. Oh, you guys talking about the idea of having a single time zone for the entire world? Like, what if... Here we go,
Dude,
I missed it. A debate topic. Is daylight savings time worth participating, or should the world abandon it? Also, are time zones worth having, or should the world all just follow the same time? That's a really interesting idea. Now, it'd be really strange, because if we did have the same time, the only thing that would actually change is how we measure it. It's just we change the names of the hours, and it's like 6 p.m. would become, like, you know, like 3 p.m. in the afternoon would become, you know, midnight. You know, in certain countries or whatever, like, you know, it'd be really weird. Like, Platty, let's use an example right now, because, like, you are 5 hours behind me, right? Imagine if it was the same time for both of us. Imagine if it was 4:25 for you. You would have woken up at, like, what? 11? 12? I don't know how many hours it's been, but, like, or the other way around.
It's currently 11:25 right now.
Right, it's 11:25 for you right now. Imagine if it was 11:25 for me. I mean, that would be pretty weird, because, you know, I've already been up and about for, like 6 hours more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get up late, guys, but, like,
I woke up at 6:30 in the morning.
Right? If that was in my time zone, that would be like 11, and that would feel so weird.
Yeah.
And we would all eventually get used to it. But just because we change the names of the times, probably wouldn't affect the fact that most people have a natural inclination in their body clock to wake up when the sun rises and go to bed when the sun sets, because, you know, we react to like, light and stuff. So there's not much point. But if we were actually, as a species, to organize getting up and going to sleep at the same time, it'd be very strange, because certain parts of the world would live in darkness. And that's not going to work for most people. Some people love to live in darkness, but most people live in the light, so it's not going to happen.
Did you know that in, like, Sweden, I think it was, when it's wintertime, I think it's either wintertime or summer, it's just completely pitch black all day, and like, in the middle of the night, it's, like, really bright. It's crazy.
That's weird, yeah. And at the poles, it's like a day, you get 1 day and 1 night per year, so it's like 6 months of darkness and 6 months of sunlight. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. Okay, because again, time, guys, time as we know it in our day-to-day life is actually man-made. It's manufactured. you know, space is relative to time, and that you can go, you know, as soon as you go off planet, like, time is just, like, you know, the sun isn't even relevant anymore. Unless, I don't know, you're still, like, following Earth's orbit, you know, like, space people, but, like, I don't know, it's wild, it's weird. Time is a weird thing to think about. Time is not man-made, but the way we measure it, it makes it very man-made.
I have a game idea for you for Halloween.
Halloween game idea, what is it?
Phasmophobia with the boys.
I could, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm brave enough. And I'm already doing like 3 streams for Halloween this year, guys. I tell you what, quick break, because we've been debating for quite a while. If you guys are enjoying, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and tell them to hashtag subscribe for hydration. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to my Reddit, which is linked in the description and on the banner. It'll take you to this page. Check out the We're Getting Closer pinned post, and this will tell you everything. I'm close to monetization, and I want to try and get 1,000 subs by the end of the year, but it's only going to happen if you help me. So if you think that this is a worthwhile thing to do, please share my channel and tell people, get as many people as you know to subscribe. Just network. Tell everyone there to share it again and again and again, because just a few hundred subscribers, and you know, I will actually be able to monetize, which is a crazy idea. It could be fun. And yeah, 1,000 subs special is going to be a thing anyway.
So let's say, hypothetically, that you are a viewer of Mr. Matt. Now let's also say that you were to send the link to your friends.
Also, shout out to Platty Games. I've been doing a ton of collabs with them lately. I don't know why. It's just suddenly we're just going at it. And yeah. As well as some videos with me, he's just done a lot of interesting stuff. You know, got some vlogs here, got some little short memes. He's doing a thing called Spooky Month right now, where he's playing horror games, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, the link to his channel is going to be in the description with SBL, because they actually spent some time on the debate. Yeah.
For those who haven't watched Spooky Month episode 5, which is the newest one, I've mentioned in that video, I think, hopefully, that the last final episode, which is going to be the next episode, comes out on Halloween. But, make sure if you are interested in Spooky Month, it's a series where I just play a bunch of spooky games for the entirety of October.
Heck yeah.
5 episodes are out right now, as well as a bunch of other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also,
look at MARC, because that's with me and Matt.
Yeah. Today's charity shout out, guys, goes to Alzheimer's Research UK. I only just realized today that I've been sharing the orange the whole time, but this isn't actually the main page. This is just one of their specific campaigns. But if you want to help support the search for a cure to dementia and the diseases that cause dementia, you should go donate to these guys. There's a lot of information here which might help. Dementia is an awful thing. It's basically it's actually an umbrella term for a variety of different diseases, but it causes your brain to kind of rot away and you know, reduce your brain activity on your memory. It's a really sad thing, and there's no cure for it. It's like cancer. It's uncurable at the moment, but these guys have been making progress, and if you donate, it's going to go towards diagnosis, treatments, all kinds of research, scientific research, and probably campaigns to help spread the word as well. If you or someone you know has dementia, a lot of information here. So yeah, please check them out. The link is in the description. It's a really good site. You've also got these awesome videos, which I can never play from these actors for some reason. And yeah. So, if in case you guys are actually wondering, I already talked about this in my vlog as well, but I'm going to give you guys a sneak preview. Oops, I did not mean to close that down. I just, bugger. Fuck. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on, fellas. So, here's a preview of some streams I'm going to be doing. Sneak preview. You only get a moment. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm doing 3 Halloween streams soon, alright? 4, actually, maybe. I don't know why Halloween's so popular, but, Fall Guys is going to be happening very soon, probably Wednesday. I'm going to be doing Slender the 8 Pages, as always. And there's going to be a 5 Nights at Freddy's Halloween stream. There might also be a Secret Laboratory stream of some kind, because it seems like they're doing something. There's been a teaser for their Halloween event, even though they've already got like the Halloween skin on. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but yeah. Tell you what though, Platty, if you do some Phasmophobia, maybe we could watch that. That'd be cool. What's happening in chat?
Oh yeah, I already have a Phasmophobia episode on my channel. Spooky
really?
Month
I wasn't paying attention.
Episode 2 of Spooky Month.
Yeah.
It's The ending is hilarious.
Because I can watch that one, but playing it is just, ooh, it's too much.
Yeah, I don't think I would really love to play Phasmophobia with you, but the fact that you have to take your headphones off if you get jump scared of FNAF, I don't think you're gonna go over with this game well.
Yeah, no. You guys saw when I played FNAF 4, and if you didn't, I actually have a Halloween playlist which you can check out. Just go to my library; it's all there. And yeah, Mithran, that's very interesting you say that. So it's like, you know, 6 p.m. in one place to 6 p.m. everywhere. So when you're organizing times, you don't have to worry about converting time zones and knowing where everybody is. And that's really useful for people like us who are online a lot and spend a lot of time with people in completely different countries all across the world. Mithran particularly is like 9 hours ahead of me. He's like 12 hours in front or behind you. Like Mithran's like on the opposite side of the world. He's in like Malaysia, so that's almost opposite to USA because it's around the same kind of latitude, longitude as like China. It's, you know, it is frustrating because, like, you know, I do a stream at 4 p.m. For Mithran, it's already like 2 in the morning or something. He can't really tune in. And I understand that, but I think, you know, I don't know. I think people are too entrenched in the current time system for that to change. I mean, it also is convenient for, you know, people, you know, in the real world locally more often than not, you know, to have a sense of what time really means, because for thousands of years, you know, well, maybe not thousands, 100 years, you know, 6 p.m. you immediately know that's like evening, you know, 12 is noon, 12 is midnight, and, you know, if someone gets up at 9, it's in the morning, you know, and I don't know, it would be cool if the time names were changed. I think if just the names were changed, that wouldn't be a problem. We could have like a universal time. If we just went to like UTC, like 0, like the 0 hour thing, and just change all the clocks, it would take a long time. But even though I don't think it's going to happen, and it would be a hassle, I actually think that it would be pretty cool. I think it would be really, very useful, actually, if we just change the hour names. So then 6 p.m. just becomes to mean something different in different localities, different countries. I don't know. I kind of want that, actually. I think that could work, but it would take a long time to, like, do. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't have to unlearn something that I've learned that already benefits me. Exactly, DJ. That's the thing. A lot of people have, like, learned, and it really sucks to unlearn it. But, you know, sometimes that just happens. You gotta just, you know, gotta take the L, I guess. Anyways, Platty, you're still here, and no one else has joined, so we can just keep chatting. Yeah. One of the other suggestions I had was gun laws, gun control, which is pretty relevant since you're in the USA.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
The founding fathers, people who made America,
yep,
they made the law that you can have guns, but they intended people to have like a musket, you know, like a flintlock, and then I just think it's funny, just like somebody's robbing your house, and you just see like a whole gang of like aristocrat-looking people,
yeah,
just with like a blunderbuss, like a whole cannon pointed at the door, like "Hi-ho, lads!"
Exactly. Yep. America, am I right? Exactly.
America.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to think about this for a second. The gun law is safety versus freedom. Alright, it's very simple. Now, this is a really strange concept to me, because I was born and raised in a country where this just wasn't a thing. But guns are associated with freedom in the USA. The idea is that if the entire civilian population is, you know, armed, and there are, like, licenses and stuff, it's not, well, Republicans will say that it's, you know, it's not ridiculous, you know, we've got, like, licenses for different types, and you have to, you know, be, like, you know, over 18 and all that, but, for the sake of argument, let's just say they're actually, you know, there is truth in that. The idea is that, like, civilians with guns will be able to defend themselves from authoritarian governments, or, you know, terrorists or any kind of, like, threat to their private property, because private property is also obviously a big deal in the West.
Well, that isn't.
Right? And that sounds pretty good on paper. However, most countries have recognized that there is a basic safety issue here, that if you have such widespread and easy access to guns, and the statistics will prove this, there will be lots more deaths because of school shootings, gun attacks, not from, like, terrorists from the Middle East, no, from terrorists, you know, in your neighborhood, and so on and so forth. And USA is a really interesting one, because they've got different laws for each different state, as well as having laws generally that are way less restrictive than most other countries. Exactly, cowboys. Yeah, gun control was stricter in the 1800s. Really? You think it would be looser? Surely not. Surely gun control is stricter than it used to be now. I mean, this is just me personally, but like the USA's not changed since it was made. Like in like 400 years, it's barely changed, and it's kind of sad actually, because like it's one of the leading global powers, and like some of its laws, like the Second Amendment, are like you know, they're still living in the past because you know a lot of those. I mean, it's just my opinion, but like a lot of those like laws and amendments and whatnot were made for a country from a very different time, and the sad irony is that the USA is pretty authoritarian now, but instead of rising up with the, you know, weaponry that they have, Americans, a lot of them are just touting freedom, you know, while living in, you know, worse conditions than most of Europe, and, you know, suffering from more gun crimes every year. I don't know. I mean, the safety versus freedom argument is pretty interesting here because if we could actually trust everybody, then there wouldn't be any argument here. But there have been, I don't know, so many casualties that could have been avoided just by restricting gun laws to be something more like the UK, where
just
you have to have
not make guns in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I wish guns didn't exist, but it's not that simple because if just weapons were made illegal, then the black market would flourish because there will still be demand for them. You know, people want to kill people. There's a lot of, I don't know. I mean, for different reasons as well. I think there's a lot of paranoid people as well, and the USA is no exception to this. But I'm just gonna stick with the example. You know, governments will just want weaponry on any scale, from pistols to nukes, just in case, just to be safe, just to give them the big stick and say, we're armed, okay, don't mess with us. And that's how it's been. That was like the Cold War in a nutshell. The Cold War in 10 seconds, guys. Yeah. Platty, I've been rambling a lot. Do you have anything to say about this? I'm trying to think of a good argument in defense of, like, gun ownership, as loosely as it is in the USA, but I just can't think of one.
My input is guns make cool movies, but not cool reality. No,
they don't. I mean, I don't know. I can think of an interesting example, actually. There was, I think, what was the YouTube's name? Penguin Zero?
Z0?
Yeah,
Penguin Z0?
Penguin Z0. You know the guy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Yeah, that guy.
Moist Critical, yeah.
So he does great like commentary videos on news events and movie reviews and like just social commentaries.
Yeah.
He's a really, really smart guy. And I could actually think of a really good example of why we should have freer gun control, because there was this one time in the USA where this prank, basically it was like it's just a prank, bro, gone way too far. This guy
I remember that.
Pranks. You've seen it, haven't you? Yeah, if you guys have seen the video, you know. There was some kid who came from like a really shitty background, like, you know, no, like completely broken family, you know, poverty, you know, didn't study well at school. And he was able to get his hands, I don't think he actually had a gun. It was, well, he basically like wore a creepy mask and he was like charging towards a family like for a prank on Halloween or something.
Oh, it was a knife, actually.
It was, yeah, he had a knife, right? And the father of the group, there was a father, I think a daughter and a mother, he shot the guy and he killed him. Now, you might be thinking, now hang on a second, this man's just technically murdered somebody. But he wasn't actually, like, charged or penalized for this. Because the thing is, put yourself in his shoes. There is a crazed man with a mask and a knife charging towards you. He looks like he's going to kill your family. You have a gun. You can defend yourself with said gun. Now,
you know what his last... Yeah. You know the worst part? His last words were, "It's just a prank, bro."
Right? Imagine your last is being, "It's just a prank, bro," and just dying. Now... I think you could argue that, you know, he could have shot him in a non-fatal way, go for the legs, but, like, the stress of the situation and the reaction time needed meant that he probably just, pew, 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 you know, like, you know, you don't have time to think about this kind of thing, and you might think, damn, like, what a dangerous place to live in, a world, like, society where people just have carry guns, and you just get a gun from Walmart. But the thing is, This guy killed a man in self-defense.
Walmart.
It was purely self-defense. It was proven in court, you know. He had no previous, like, criminal offenses. It was purely just to protect himself because he had no idea that this was just a prank. And let's say it actually had been someone who had been intent on harming his family. Was he just going to stand there and let them get harmed? No. And, oh, the stream's lagging. The stream's lagging. Hold on. Are we good? I'm seeing some lag. I think it's subsided. Just want to make sure. But, like, there are interesting situations like this where you can appreciate why America is so insistent on guns, you know, being accessed, like, leading to freedom, but, I think I really lean into the safety argument here, like, you know, because,
Yeah,
I mean, obviously I live in
think
the UK, and I know it's easy for us Europeans to go, how those crazy Americans are so stupid and obese, when the obesity rate in my country is actually going up to US levels. But all national stereotypes aside, like, it is a fact that the US, there is a direct correlation between the US's, like, school shootings and gun laws. Thousands of people every year die, well, I mean, hundreds of people die every year because, you know, people, like children, teenagers can access guns really easy. They can lie about their age, you can take their parents' ID, whatever, and then go to Walmart, they can get a pistol or even a rifle, and just commit all kinds of atrocities. There was a shooting at, like, I think, like a gay bar one time in one of the states, and like dozens, like there were like a dozen people died, and it's like it all could have been avoided if, you know, I guess it's that kind of blanket thing. It's like, if you do this one thing, it affects everyone equally. And it's like, there's no way of discriminating between who deserves guns and who doesn't, I guess. Because obviously, like, these school shootings and stuff aren't just caused by children having, like, well, teens having guns. It's like, they've got mental health issues and, like, they have other reasons to do that and whatnot. In the UK, it would be the same thing, but they just have knives instead or something. Knife crime is a big problem in the UK, probably because we don't have guns. If we had guns, we'd probably be just as bad as the US because people are awful. But, like, if you, what was I gonna say? It's just like, if you restrict the guns for everybody, obviously you are leaving civilians defenseless. But you can take other measures to sort that out. And I mean, it's not perfect. There is actually a real problem with the police in my country. Women particularly are not confident in reporting crimes to the Met, the Metropolitan Police, because they are so unreliable, so it was all over Channel 4 News, so like incompetent. And well, we've recently had the whole thing where a police officer like kidnapped and murdered a woman,
What?
Sarah Everard. Yeah, there was a man who worked for the police who falsely charged and arrested a woman of crimes, took her somewhere remote, raped her, killed her, and then burned the body. It was absolutely horrific.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's you won't have heard this because this is in my country, but yeah, it's madness. And there's now like a huge internal investigation going on because there's been minor cases of other abuse, particularly to women, inside like the Metropolitan Police. It's a shocker. So yeah, it's nasty. Rest in peace, Sarah. Right, you were taken too soon, man. Like, holy shit, that was just horrific. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just kind of rambling. That was my last topic, but yeah, gun laws. I think I've said what I want to. It is a safety versus freedom argument, but again, some things, guys, you need tight restrictions, okay? Because it's the least worst thing to do. But some things you just gotta let go free. And I mean, this is just my opinion. You're welcome to debate me, but like, this is everything I can think of. So, yeah, guys, look it up. Sarah Everard. I mean, it was all over Channel 4 News. The I think, yeah. If you look up the Sarah Everard case, it's pretty crazy. It's scary. I actually have.
Are you supposed to be promoting this on YouTube?
No, I'm not. But I'm trying to see. Here we go. The Guardian had an article on it as well, yeah. But was this about the vigil? Yeah. So after this like awful thing happened, there was also a vigil that was broken up by the police with force in London. Because they claimed that they were violating, like, COVID-19 regulations, which I guess they technically were, but the way in which it was done was so disrespectful and so, like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just awful. Guys, if you haven't already, go read The Guardian and go watch Channel 4 News. It's on every night at 7. I've started doing it, and it is really good. Really good news. I mean, you don't have to trust me. This is very biased. There are going to be people who are going to come onto the stream. There may be people who come and say, Matthew, you're a fucking leftist. These places are so biased about the socialist agenda. But, I mean, you can choose to believe that if you want.
You can't, in America, you can't watch British stuff on the TV.
Wait, oh, yeah, obviously, yeah, no. I have watched CNN, but only via... Actually, no, I've watched CNN on TV. That's a bit restrictive. You can definitely find it online, but again, Wild West is what I was saying, guys.
The Wild West.
Anyway, yeah, it was awful, but like, yeah, Sarah Everard must have had like a terrifying last few hours, and it's just like the fact it came from a police officer is the most disturbing thing, on top of like the multiple crimes that this insane lunatic has committed. Like the fact it was someone who had been in the police for years and who had like passed the academy and everything, and they're just having a complete internal investigation now. But yeah, it's a shambles. There we go. Nice controversial note. I think I might end the stream soon. That might be a nice controversy to end it on. How long have we been going? We've only been going for an hour 40 minutes. I thought this would be a long stream, to be honest. So I don't know. We could think of more topics. Guys. I'm just thinking. Let's try and do a conclusion now, okay? So today you've decided safety versus freedom. It seems like every debate boils down to those two things, and every reasonable answer is a delicate balance of the two. What arguments will we find today on the 50th episode? Blah, blah, blah. I'm actually going to change QOTD winners to debaters. I want to thank SPL and Platty for joining voice chat, but I also want to thank... yeah.
I thought you said we're gonna bring it down to the baby.
The baby. No, not quite. That's not quite what I was aiming for, but sure, yeah. But I actually want to thank the people in live chat as well. I know that for one reason or another, not everyone is going to use voice chat. And I actually just want to appreciate all the people who have not only been contributing to the stream via text or voice, but have also been, you know, loyal viewers of the channel more generally, and who have provided a lot of nice conversation over the course of the channel. You know, just generally. Just my moderators, you know, for being active, these guys. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. I'm linking in the description now. And I'm sure you guys are like, this is pretty much everyone here. Like, there's been no one here who just hasn't, like, contributed, which is really great. So yeah, just shout out to everybody. DJ, Livy, Myth, Platty, and SPL. No particular order. I'm just going to randomize this a bit more and put them in alphabetical order, just so it doesn't seem like there's any preference. I love you all equally, my children.
Yes.
That was a mad sus thing for me to say. Hang on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yeah, okay, here we go. So yeah, Super Mario DJ, Livy Pageant Ken, Crazy Mythran, Platypus Games, and
what are we gonna play Among Us again? I haven't played that game in a long time.
Good question. I mean, I have no plans for Among Us, guys. I've honestly just not felt like it, and I've been busy with other things. But yeah, guys, all the links in the description. DJ, Libby, Mythran, Platty, and SPL. I already showed you Platty and SPL's pages, but yeah, Mythran has an Instagram, and he's doing some funny things. Am I following him on my Mr. Matt account? It says followed by Jumble Vibes. I think I am. But yeah, Livy and DJ, you guys don't know, I shout them out all the time. These guys have YouTube channels where they're doing some fun stuff. And if I can, I will be making time to do some collabs. Livy needs to do a collab with me. We've never collabed before. It's going to happen, okay? And DJ, we've been to collab for ages. We need to get back on that. But yeah, I won't talk about that all now. You guys know what's up. Shout out to all of you people just for your contributions. I really appreciate it. This has been a really good stream, and it's all been thanks to you, because I came with little to no plan compared to normal. I was expecting this to be way longer, but you know what? I really feel like we're done. So, Platty, I'm gonna leave voice chat. I'm gonna do the end of the stream.
Okay.
If you want, so you can keep watching. But yeah, I'll see you around, dude. Thanks for joining. It was good talk. Bye.
Yeah.
So, fellas, I'm going to spend a few minutes just to end the stream, bring it up to about 2 hours, nice and round, just talking about Debate Direct as a whole, because, I don't know, this is kind of, like, it's really dawning on me, like, how big this thing is. And Debate Direct, I've just never had the time to really focus on it. I've always been focused on something else. Let's start doing Five Nights at Freddy's fan games every Friday and put them all in one. Oh, let's do this big Minecraft series on Aquaria, this ocean world. And, you know, I've been doing all these big gaming projects, but, like, I think it's time I really brought Debate Direct back, because I don't do it, like, regularly enough. And maybe I can't do it every single week, but at least once every 2 weeks would be nice. Yeah, the void is calling, yeah. So, I'm going to tell you guys what to expect. Again, this may not happen because I suck, but in the future, I want to try, starting next year at least, in the next year, by the end of next year, I want to get to episode 100. That gives me about 60 weeks. I think if I could at least do Debate Direct most weeks on a Sunday, that would be nice. And, I don't know, it's a lot to keep up with, I guess, but, like, I think it's worth it, because these debates really are very interesting, and they're very, I don't know, they're very unique. It lets me do much more than my gaming streams really allow. And, like, my channel's growth has been a little dead lately, and I think this could help boost it. I'm not sure. See, Mythran says that Debate Direct is his favorite series. A lot of people actually like this. This is, you know, statistically, I've looked on my analytics throughout the past, guys. Debate Direct actually does better than most of my content. I could probably do an entire channel on Debate Direct, although I'm not going to. I really think, like, weekly streams. We just do any topic. It could be a debate, a tier list, a review, that kind of thing. Collabs, no collabs. I really think this could help. So, if you guys are thinking, well, I want to share Mr. Matt, but it's like, you know, most of the people I could share the channel with aren't going to be interested in gaming. They're not going to be interested in the same type of games. Maybe share Debate Direct. Tell them about the interesting discussions and conversations we've had on here. And maybe they'll just drift into the mainstream content anyways, because we'll be having similar discussions while playing video games with a, you know, little twist. Or maybe they'll just stick to Debate Direct, which, you know what, is totally fine, because Debate Direct is not going anywhere, and I'm going to keep doing these goddamn streams as long as I can say that I can do them. And yeah, that's really all, guys. I'm hoping, you know what, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, alright? Little insider sneak peek, alright? You guys ready for this? Hold on. This is something I normally never do, but I think just to thank you all for your support, I'm going to get out my big note folder. It's called The Current Scheme, and it's basically just my whole, like, kind of organizational, like, notepad for all things Mr. Matt. And one of the things I have is this. I have, like, I've got loads of stuff here on, like, different games and stuff, but the section I want to look at is Debate Direct. This is, don't know why it's not, oh wait, no, where's Debate Direct? Here it is, Debate Direct. So, this is based on a poll from quite a while ago. This is going to get updated, ignore that. These are specific episode ideas that may or may not happen in future. Some of them have been planned for a very long time, since like episode 10, very early on, and I just need to get around to. Some of them are newer ideas, which I just want to kind of do. Some of them are less more vague and might not happen. And I've also categorized Debate Direct by types. Like, this is social debate, this is tier list, this is would you rather, this is test/quiz, this is game theory. I mean, that's right, game review, this is game theory. And I keep track of how many I've done of, like, each different type, so I can maintain a decent balance, so I can do a bit each week. And kind of, you know, maintain, like, regular amounts. Like, I was actually planning each specific episode up to 50. So that I could do, like, one of each. So I think I might have, like, a monthly cycle, where or maybe not monthly, maybe, like, 2 monthly, 3 monthly, where I do, like, one of these at minimum, like, every, like, now and again. Maybe in a certain order, so you guys could even plan, I don't know. But, you can see, for example, I haven't done much movie, TV, book reviews, which is why I'm probably going to be doing this sooner or later. Whereas, we've done a lot of game reviews, so I wouldn't expect, you know, there are no reviews on here, I wouldn't expect, like, that soon. I do want to do more game theories. Some of them are more popular. Social debates should always be the top one. But yeah, that's a little sneak peek, guys. There's a lot of stuff here. Nothing is confirmed, because some of these, like, this needs updating. This is my FNAF fan games thing. Like, some of this I just, like, haven't touched in ages, and I need to update that. But, like, I'm really trying to think about Debate Direct and really appreciate what we've got going on here, because this is an opportunity. If for some reason, I don't know, like, I couldn't do, like, these live streams anymore, if I couldn't, like, play the games I do, if YouTube imploded, Debate Direct would find a way to survive. Or, you know, if I somehow ran out of content, like, this would survive, because it's infinite. because there's so many debates and so many conversations about life, the universe, and everything that are so open-ended and kind of up to interpretation, you know, that we'll never run out. There'll always be more things to say, more things to think of, more things to do. I don't know, I just think it's interesting. I just like what we have here because, you know, gaming content is engaging, gaming content is fun, but this is really focused, and this is something that, you know, let's not organize my, let's not swap my mirror. The mirror should be at the door. There we go. Sleep paralysis demon, say hi. But yeah, like, I really want to have an opportunity. I mean, I've got an opportunity, but I think this could, what am I trying to say? Words. What I'm trying to say is that this is kind of a unique thing. There is so much I could do with this. And I really appreciate that I've actually got just enough people, like a small community, that I hope to grow, of people who are, you know, really engaging with these, I don't know, conversations in an almost academic matter, because it's a bit of a learning experience. Like, it really is a learning experience, because I'm learning new things from this. But, you know, you don't have all the stupid bureaucracy or pressure of deadlines or whatever. I mean, there's a deadline for when the stream starts, but, you know, it's just a voice call for a little bit. You don't have to submit an essay, you know? Yeah. I think that's everything, guys. I think I'm just gonna go now. Is there anything you guys want to say before I go? Alright? Leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe, share this with your friends. Share the hydration. Hashtag, okay? You know, I'm gonna do a little bit of that right now. I'm gonna hashtag share the hydration up here. I'll do a little post in a bit. I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be like debates direct previews, and I'm gonna share like a screenshot of this stuff with a little bit of context, the context that I've given you in the stream. I'll phrase it better. So yeah, that'll be on all the socials as well. I won't just put that on Discord, but yeah, I just want to say thank you. And yeah, check out the links in the description. I think that's everything. Is chat not updating, or is no one saying anything? Are we done? There are only like 3 people watching the stream. 5, if you include people in voice call as well. And 3 likes, but you know what, guys? It was still a really good stream, and it just goes to show how much just a few people can do. Music's finished. I think I'll be done. Debate Direct's my favorite series. Maybe me too. I'm not sure. There are a lot of good games, but yeah. Congrats on episode 50. Looking forward to more to come. I'm going to make a post. It's going to go on all the socials, guys. And I'm going to go because I need a rest. I've been doing a lot of streams lately. A lot of other things. I'm kind of slightly too busy. And I hate it when this happens because then I start getting burnt out and then I become really inefficient. So I'm not going to stream tomorrow. You're not going to see me tomorrow. But I'll be online, most likely. 7 likes. 7 likes. It just... Oh, it didn't update on my phone. It says 6 now. My phone never updates, guys. You're right, it is 7 likes. It says 6 on my screen, but it never updates. Yours always updates ahead of me. YouTube, man, come on. Sorry. 7 likes. That's actually really good. That's way better than I expected. Thank you very much. Alright, we're gonna go. We're done. Alright, I've got nothing else to say, but this stream was a vibe. And I want to keep this vibe. So there's going to be way more happening in future. Maybe not next week, because I will need some time to plan some things. But once it gets I get in the swing, guys, I mean, it's just going to go up and up. I'm going to be revising the Debate Direct formula a little bit, and I've just got so many stream ideas. Yeah. Alright, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon for some Halloween specials. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, stay hydrated. Bing.